physical place where the child, with which parent is that child going to stay with under the circumstances now that both parents are not living together. So the parent who has physical custody, or who the physical custody is given to, then should allow the other parents to have access. So even when the court is making that order for physical custody, it will definitely make an order for access because it is provided for under the law, and the child has a right to maintain a relationship with both parents even when they are not living together. So if one parent has physical custody, the other parent has a right of access, and the modalities, of course, will depend on the circumstances of each case, but most of the time you find it's since these children will be in school at some point, then access is given on alternate weekends. And again, it will depend with the mode of custody that has been given. Remember, it can be shared. Nowadays, it's not an issue. By the way, in the previous act, there was a provision where children of tender years, that meant a child of 4 years and below, and especially where the children were, you know, female gender, they were given the custody, physical custody was given to the mom. So it meant now it's the father to get access. But with the current act, actually that definition for tender years has been removed completely, meaning either parent, it doesn't matter how old the child is or how what gender the child is, either parent can get physical custody of that child. It depends with the circumstances of every case. So once you have custody of the child, then the other parent will have access. Now assume this custody is shared, so that in 1 week the children are with the father, the other week the children are with the dad. In that case, of course, there would be access because either parent is able to have access of the children 50-50. Then when it comes to holidays, again, the trend is that holidays are shared when it comes to access. So I think there's a balance in law.
When you say that right now any parent can get access to the child, that 3-month-old child, 1-year-old child, don't they breastfeed when maybe this child is given to the father? How does that now work?
Now, if is a child, like we use your example, a child of 3 months old. Now, let me ask a question because you're having a conversation. Assume that mom is a drug addict. You see? So that child may not go to the dad, but there are provisions on how then the custody of that child can be placed in a alternative care where the child will be taken care of, if the mom is not in a position to take care of the child. But of course, a child of 3 months, like I said, it depends on circumstances. She or he will remain with the mom, unless of course there are extraneous circumstances where the mom, like I mentioned, maybe drug abuse or immorality of any form of exceptional circumstances that will lead the mom being denied access to such, custody to such a very young child. Yes. All
right, Wakili Collins Wanderi is already set. And Wakili, karibu sana to TV47.